Hey guys, what's up? It is C-Swa from XFL and Zombies, and I'm here to tell you guys about the zombies like Call of Duty World at War to Call of Duty Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 leading to Black Ops 2 zombies story mode or storyline. If you guys like zombies, you guys will be interested in this. I love zombies and I was interested in this. Even this took me a while to read, and I suck at reading and I hate reading and I loved it. But if you guys don't, you guys might not like it. It will be a long thing, so just beware for that. Um, yeah, guys. Hey, I wanted to say thanks for the shout out of Fort UMJ. Love him, best guy ever. All right, guys, let's start this out here. All right, so Dr. Maxis and his scientist team, Group 935, were tasked with creating an army of super soldiers and new technology for a government project christened Derice or the Giant. In his experiments, Maxis used element 115 to create zombies. The zombies, however, couldn't be controlled and would always be killed when they went berserk. While this was going on, Dr. Richthofen was testing 115 on living test subjects to create his super soldiers at Siberian facility. In his experiments, Richthofen used Takio, Nikolai, and an unknown Mexican. When Richthofen accidentally killed the Mexican, he replaced him with Dempsey. Dempsey has recently been captured when he went to spy on the asylum to rescue Dr. McCain, an OSS spy sent to infiltrate Group 935. After being captured, a Marine recon team was sent in after him to an abandoned asylum. Richthofen, however, already expected Peter McCain, and the team was killed. The testing affected each of the subjects' minds, making Dempsey extremely aggressive, quieting Takio into only reciting Japanese proverbs, and making Nikolai functionless without vodka. It also had the side effect of erasing their recent memories, making them forget how Richthofen captured them and what he did to them. Maxis also invented the 115 power teleporters, but they would also always destroy anything sent through them. All these experiments were done with this guys, sorry, I suck at reading. Assistant Dr. Richthofen. Without Maxis, Richthofen and Schuster would complete the first successful teleportation with a walnut using a very small amount of 115. When Maxis found out about this, he criticized Richthofen for not working on the project and that teleporting a walnut wasn't a big deal. Maxis then told Richthofen that he was going to make a deal with the Nazi Party for money and equipment in exchange for weapons. These new weapons Group 935 created were also powered by 115. Maxis created the ray gun, based on plans received from Shino Numa. Richthofen created the monkey bomb and the Wonder Waffle DG2 from 115. Maxis promised to mass produce the DG2 to his superiors, but his growing infatuation with Sofia slowed his progress and infuriated Richthofen, who was secretly plotting to overthrow him and take control of Group 935. Richthofen continued his teleporter tests with Schuster behind Maxis' back. Richthofen was the first human test subject and was sent to the MPD, which he believed to be an alien origin. When he touched it, he felt a static and started hearing whispering. He was then teleported to a jungle. Dr. Schuster got worried and planned to scrap the teleporter when Richthofen had been gone for days, but he returned to Schuster, was talking about it, and told him that there was work to be done. Richthofen sounded much crazier, and Schuster noticed this change. Alright, guys. Sorry. It's a little boring, I know, but it's interesting. Two Group 935 scientists, Dr. Groff and Dr. Schuster, were stationed at the moon base and trying to figure out how to work the MPD. When Schuster killed a rat, its soul was absorbed by a glass vial protruding from the machine. The pair then proceeded to kill many people until the device was filled with souls. The bodies were buried on the moon, leaving them open to zombification. When they finished, they contacted Richthofen, who told them he was finally going to get rid of Maxis, indicating that the two scientists were aware of his scheme. Unbeknownst to Maxis, Richthofen has already mastered teleportation, while Maxis was still trying to master it. Maxis was getting frustrated that he could not send a subject to the mainframe Maxis and then use his daughter his daughter Samantha's dog, Fluffy, as a teleporter test subject, but once failed again. The dog was teleported, but instead of being destroyed like the past test subjects, she was zombified, it was the first hellhound. Hellhound. These are the whatever when Samantha says, "Fetch me their souls," and the dogs come out and you shoot them and you get a max ammo at the end. If you guys didn't know that. When Samantha came running in and started questioning her dad about what happened to her dog, Maxis tried to stop her and get out of her room. Richtofen then followed through the previous planned betrayal by locking Maxis and his daughter in the room with the Hellhound. He then activated the teleporter, which he thought killed Samantha and Maxis. Little did Richtofen know that Maxis' teleporter actually worked and sent Samantha to the moon base. In her fear, she ran to the MPD and became the one to control the zombies. When Richtofen was informed of what occurred, he warned the pair of scientists about the Hellhound and then told them to find a way to get Maxis. When Maxis was found, they let him approach his daughter to calm her down. After apologizing for his action, Maxis told Samantha to kill all of the Group 935 members for betraying him and was subsequently shot. Samantha then proceeded to fulfill her father's request by unleashing the zombies. Richtofen retreated with the super soldiers to Shinonuma to think things through. When the zombies attacked Richtofen, he realized that Samantha will stop at nothing to seek revenge. Richtofen planned to recover all the equipment to take control of the zombies. Richtofen then took the group to Derice, which had abandoned since zombie takeover. The group used the Wonder Waffle DG2 to overcharge the teleporter, making capable of time travel. Richtofen was apparently unaware of this possibility until he tried it. He seemed unconcerned that he and his partners had been teleported to an abandoned theater in Germany in an unknown year. Although he didn't know what year it was, Richtofen knew the theater as his place. Maxis would unveil teleported to the German high command. Since Maxis was killed, the theater was abandoned. Sometime prior to the character's arrival at the Soviet Cosmodrome, Yuri was transferred to work on sending monkeys into space, much to his dismay. His transfer was called by his superior, Gersh, who holds a grudge against. As the radio message progresses, Yuri notices the teddy bear and the Matryoshka dolls and wonders how a child could be let into a station. A child then slowly drives Yuri insane. Yuri, in a state of insanity, finishes the Gersh device and has Gersh activated, letting the zombies and trapping Gersh. Yuri soon realizes his mistake and is heard screaming at the end of the last recording. After the events of Kino der Toten, the main characters somehow reach an abandoned Soviet cosmodrome. The characters then hear Gersh, who is telling them that the mechanism must be repaired. He is referring to the Casimir mechanism, which must be repaired by completing different tasks. After all the tasks are completed and the mechanism is repaired, Gersh is freed. This is the Ascension Easter egg. Really easy, guys. Really easy. The ending is the hardest part. You get through the ending, that's where you have trouble. The last step, it's hard. You gotta power the whatever, it's hard. Really hard. But every other step, all the other steps are easy. Alright, back to reading. While the events of Ascension are occurring in Russia, the events of 5 were also unfolding in the Pentagon. A piece of intel reveals that all Wonder Waffle materials were to be moved to an American-controlled installations. As the mainframe is visible behind one of the windows in 5, it is apparent that it was moved there as per this order. While John F. Kennedy, Robert McNamara, Fidel Castro, and Richard Nixon are negotiating, zombies break into the Pentagon with only 4 of them left to fight. While fighting, they call Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai, and Richtofen using 3 red telephones spread across the Pentagon. Their calls show they're running out of ammo and soon will be defeated. As they continue fighting, the 3 super soldier test subjects slowly regain their memories. Takio is the first to remember, and he remarks himself to someday when the group is finished fighting zombies, Richtofen will get what he deserves. He also shows his observations of the other 2. He believes Nikolai drinks vodka because he wishes to forget the past and can't function when he remembers it, perhaps meaning Nikolai is beyond hope. Tank, on the other hand, is slowly making progress as he remembers that he's seen Richtofen before the fight of Shinonuma. Takio is shifting memories and believes Tanks is finally remembering what Richtofen did to him. Sometime in the present, George Romero stumbled on Group 935's research while making a World War II film. He and the cast took a ship out to an abandoned lab in Siberia, and he and the ship's crew were zombified. Only the cast made of Sarah Michelle Gellar, Robert Englund, Danny Trejo, and Michael Rooker remained. This set the stage for Call of the Dead. After the Casimir mechanism was completed in Ascension, it overloaded the teleporter and sent the original characters to a Group 935 facility in Siberia. When they were trapped behind a locked door, the celebrities then proceeded to help them escape to the paradise, which is Shangri-La. Richtofen then asked the celebrities to help them obtain the golden rod, which they did. Richtofen thanks the group by giving them the DG2 to help them fight. In reality, the group could have escaped after the security system was disabled. It is unknown what has become of the celebrities in helping the group escape. Shangri-La, however, does not live up to the name, as its inhabitants have all been zombified before the group's arrival. Richtofen now states that the last step by controlling the world before he teleported there. The temple houses a mining facility filled with Element 115 explaining the inhabitants' zombification. Prior to the group's arrival to Shangri-La, two explorers, Brock and Gary, went on to an expedition to prove their theories of Argatha. Brock later figures out that the temple wasn't built by an ancient civilization, but by the people in the modern area interpreting it. After investigating the temple, the Behar accidentally activated the temple's time travel and died in the resulting zombie attack. The group travels back in time and helps the pair survive. The pair's changing fate is illustrated by the radio that changes message and location as the group helps them. When the group finally creates the focusing stone, it lands on an altar with Richtofen's name on it, meaning the temple was in fact another Group 935's facility, and explaining Richtofen's knowledge of this location. The two explorers are sent back to the moment they discover to the temple, indicating they're stuck in a never-ending loop. Now in possession of both Goldenrod and Focusing Stone, Richtofen now believes he can now control the zombies. The group then travels to Area 51 so they can get to the moon via a teleporter to its top-secret moon facility named Griffin Station. When the group reaches Area 51, it is already overrun due to the Element 115 on the moon. Astronauts and scientists sent there have been zombified before the group's arrival. The people killed by Groff and Schuster contributed even more to the zombie horde. Richtofen then has a group complete the MPD. When the device is completed, it opens to reveal Samantha suspended in the air. As it turns out, the device acts like a prison and keeps her chronogenically frozen so she can be used to control the zombies. Richtofen goes into a terminal to power up the golden rod, and they're the focusing stone which fuses together. However, he encounters Dr. Maxis inside the terminal who tries to stop him. Richtofen switches souls with Samantha to gain control of the zombies. Richtofen finally thinks everything has gone his way until Takeo, Tank, and Nikolai decide to stop him. Dr. Maxis, sensing Richtofen's betrayal, prepared a backup plan in case Richtofen got this far. The group then fires a missile located on the moon which destroys the Earth's atmosphere. Richtofen is now only in control of the zombies on the moon, greatly lessening the damage it could cause. Alright guys, that leads to Black Ops 2 Zombies. That's probably why the Earth is blown up and stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know how it gets to die rise though, so I mean we'll read that later. Somebody will figure that out. Yeah guys, just tell me how you guys like the story or storyline, if you guys like it or if you don't like it, or maybe it's just not your thing, you know what I mean? Alright guys, just wanted to say thanks, and upcoming videos are coming soon. Alright guys, I'm C-Swaff, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm C-Swaff, and I'm out.